Here we are, Nintendo finally revealed the NX as the Nintendo Switch. Now, a lot of people think that this is called the Switch because it easily switches between a home console and a handheld device, but that's simply not the case. It's called the Nintendo Switch because when someone came up with this good-ass idea, there was a light bulb that switched on in somebody's head. So with all the hype and the rumors that was building up leading into this reveal, there was a lot of expectations to be had, and there's about 1.5 million different ways this reveal could have gone stupendously wrong, horribly wrong. But Nintendo came through and delivered. So that says something. So the main theme of this trailer is that you can play your games anywhere. Like it just starts off with this dude playing Breath of the Wild. He has a dog and he needs to go outside. He's like, all right, word. Takes off his little, what they call them the Joy-Cons. Takes off his Joy-Cons, puts them on the Switch, pulls that son of a bitch out, and just goes outside and plays. Like, dude, that's pretty cool. I'm not going to get into the exact details of I'm not going to pinpoint everything that happened in the trailer, but you just got to know the general idea was that this thing is for everybody, for people that have responsibilities in their life, people that actually have to get up and do stuff. There was no kids in the trailer at all. It was all people my age. I'm 26 years old now, so people around my age, probably like mid-20s, early 30s, was featured in this trailer. Just average people that are just like, they have lives. They have to be outside. They have to go out and do stuff. So, why not just have your games on the go? Basically is what the theme was. And then there was like a later segment where they had like an esports arena for Splatoon, which for Splatoon, when has that happened? I don't ever remember Splatoon being a huge esport. But I mean, it could be a sign that Nintendo is going to take esports more seriously. Had it have been Smash Bros. In that esports arena, that would have made a lot of sense. That would have got a lot of hype from the Smash community. But I do see why they picked Splatoon, because Splatoon is a more casual-friendly game. That's like a game that everyone can enjoy. I mean, Smash, everyone can enjoy Smash too, but just like Splatoon reaches out to like the everybody audience easier than Smash, in my opinion. So I'll tell you what we did not see in the trailer. We did not see kids. We did not see like old ass people. We didn't see any gimmicky controls or really any gimmicks at all for that matter. Like if you consider this to be a gimmick, like I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. Like as a gamer, if you can sit there, play your console quality game, literally play a console game, they had Skyrim in the trailer basically. So you're playing Skyrim and you have to get up, go outside, you have to catch a bus. Like me, I take public transportation. You just literally pick up that console seamlessly and continue playing the game. And if you call this a gimmick, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you. Because when we associate the word gimmick with Nintendo, it's always with, the motion controls of the Wii remote, the nunchuck, with the gamepad, having to be right there at all times around the Wii U. This, you can call it a gimmick, maybe, but this is done right. This has legit functionality to it. It's not like everything else where it's like they kind of got to force something, they kind of got to shoehorn something in there. No, this is so easy to get this point across. And I think that's probably what the best part about this trailer was, is that it wasn't like the Wii U where people watch the trailer, they're confused, like, wait, what is it? What am I supposed to do with it? What's the point? They can watch the trailer and be like, oh, you can literally play these like high quality games anywhere. You can just pick it up and play. Like you're in the middle of sitting on the couch, you just pick it up and play it. Or you come back from outside, put it down, and you're back on the big screen. That's awesome. So after going through the internet, most of the feedback is pretty good. A lot of people have been leaving like a lot of positive, optimistic comments. Of course, you get some haters here and there, and some people that don't like the concept and stuff like that. You're always going to get those. I think generally speaking, everyone's main complaint about this was the detachable controller part, the Joy-Cons, I think what they're called, and seeing people play with the Joy-Con when they were like, on the move. And people were like, that doesn't look comfortable to hold, blah, blah. That's like a stupid tiny controller, this and that. Let me tell you something. Nintendo is not forcing anyone to play with a Joy-Con controller. They're really not. Nintendo does not have a gun up to your head and says, you have to play with this controller. there were very clear multiple controller schemes showed off in this video. So Nintendo is no way shoving these Joy-Con controllers down our throat. They're not forcing anyone to use them. You don't have to play with them. It's basically there as like a really quick, two controller option if you're on the go, if you like don't have space in your bag to like throw in controllers, or if you're like, you don't feel like investing money in extra controllers for other people, then this will suffice for just like quick little local multiplayer games. Depending on the game, like Mario Kart, when they showed that off, that could clearly do it. I haven't played too much NBA 2K, so I can't speak for that. But more or less, this is just like a bare bones option if you don't decide to invest in any other controllers for other people. If you're playing by yourself, you'd have to be really dumb to play with the Joy-Con controller sideways. Like, that's just stupid. You just attach them some bitches to the side of the Switch, or you can just hold them both in your hand separately, or you can attach them to the little attachment controller part they have for it. If you don't even like it at all, you can just use the freaking Pro controller that they showed off in the trailer. Like, if no one's forcing you to do this, I can't put enough emphasis on this. So in my opinion, that's not a real valid complaint. And I actually do have a valid complaint about this thing. It's with the docking station. One, they didn't really show off too much about it, so we don't know exactly what ports are on there. We know there's going to be a couple USB ports. That's good. My main gripe with this, so I guess this is two, is that it looked like it kind of wrapped around the Switch like pretty tightly, and for something that's going to be advertised as on the go kind of thing, you probably want to invest in like a case for it. Like, you put cases around your phone more or less because they're expensive, you don't want them to break. You would want to do the same thing for the Switch, and it doesn't look like there's too much wiggle room to have a legitimate case for the Switch when you want to take it outside. So that is a problem, in my opinion. I think some other people might realize that down the line, but yeah, I don't think it's going to be a deal breaker. I'm still going to get it, honestly, but that might rub some people the wrong way. I literally see no one else talking about this, so I just thought I'd bring it up. Also, I want to give a shout out to the guy that came up with the name Switch, Nintendo Switch. It's definitely not a great name by any means, but it's definitely not a crappy name either. It's not a shitty name. It's not like a confusing name. So, I guess you got to give him points for that. With the way Nintendo's been naming stuff lately, with the Wii U, the 3DS, even like the Wii and DS, like basically everything after the GameCube, I'm just like, what is Nintendo doing naming their systems? But this is a step in the right direction, so props to you, whoever did that. People are not going to confuse this with the Wii or Wii U, so you're the real MVP. So overall, I think Nintendo has a real game changer, something special on their hands here with the Nintendo Switch. If this thing is around the power of Xbox One, I think that'll be good enough for this thing to succeed. If it's closer to PS4, even better. But either way, just as long as it's powerful enough to get these ports that Sony and Microsoft are getting from third parties. Hell, even if this thing doesn't get support from third parties, then we still have Nintendo, and they don't have to split their focus on a home system and a handheld. They can put all that focus into one system. So regardless of whether or not we get third-party support, we'll still get more games. I would prefer third-party support, though. Please, I prefer third-party support. I mean, more or less, this is kind of like combining the home console market with the handheld market, and this is making sense because Nintendo is so dominant in the handheld market. They're unrivaled over there, and in the home console market, they're not doing so good, so they're kind of like, why not? There's a Russian proverb that I truly enjoy. The man who chases two rabbits catches none. So instead of splitting their focus on the two rabbits that is handheld and console, they're like, what if the rabbits just did a fucking fusion dance and we had this one super rabbit, but that's the only rabbit we got to focus on, and when we catch that rabbit, it's going to be fucking legit. I don't think that was Nintendo's exact thought process behind it, but I like to think that's what they were thinking. But then again, what would I know? I'm just some guy on the internet. Also, if anyone has the Instagram or Snapchat of the girl that was playing the Mario game in the trailer, link me.